Hi guys. So today, right on time because it is the 1st of June, I'm going to be doing for you my May favourites. There are some beauty things in here, and there are also a mixture of other things. I didn't really switch it up that much this month, so there isn't too much here in the realms of beauty and stuff like that, because I've kind of just found something that works for me in a summery way and I've kind of stuck to it. I do have 3 things on the list which are not here because they're elsewhere and I kind of forgot to pick them up. So I'm going to start with beauty, just because that's kind of what my channel's about and that makes a little bit more sense to start with that. Please excuse my hair, and also the way I am dressed because I just chucked on something to keep me cool today, because I am actually going out later to the cinema with my partner to go and see the new Pirates of the Caribbean, so I'll be getting changed later, but hence why I'm not looking at my best. I'm also really suffering with really puffy eyes today for some very odd reason, so... But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop apologising and just jump straight into the beauty. And the first thing that I have, I did pick up sort of later in the month of May, but I have really been enjoying it, and it is the Body Shop bronze thing. I don't really know what it's called. I did actually pick it up on eBay. It was brand new, it came completely sealed, but I haven't actually been using it as a bronzer because it is actually too dark for me. It's very orangey toned, so it just doesn't suit my skin at all, but I have been using it as an eyeshadow and it looks so pretty on the lids. It's such a beautiful, slightly shimmery, bronzy kind of colour, and it's so gorgeous and it blends so well on the eye. I couldn't blend it out on my cheek for some weird reason. I couldn't blend it out and it just looked muddy, but on my eyelid it looked amazing. So yeah, I've been using that quite a lot. The next thing I think I have actually mentioned in previous favourites videos before. I've certainly mentioned it in other videos and I've certainly mentioned it on my blog, which I will of course leave down below for you to check out if you want to, and it is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I absolutely love this. My one has actually broken. It came broken when I ordered it. They did give me money back, but I can still use it. A lot of the colours are still there, although annoyingly enough my favourite one, which is the one I've got on today, is this one, which did actually get chipped and chunked out. I have it on my eyelids at the moment and it's one of my favourite things to do. I literally just chuck that all over my eyelid, blend it out a little bit at the top, and I'm ready to go. It's just a perfect sort of summery colour that doesn't require any effort. It doesn't require much blending. It doesn't require any kind of time or anything like that at all, and it's also very light, so in summer it's just much nicer to wear. Okay, next up is a foundation, which again I think I have mentioned before, and again I have definitely mentioned it in my blog because I did a review of it. I was given a sample of the No. 7 Beautifully Matte foundation a little while ago when I was on a bit of a hunt and I was trying to test out a lot more foundations, and during that time I tried the Dior, I tried Estee Lauder, which the Estee Lauder one has featured in one of my favourites before. But I just keep going back to this one, and I don't actually apply this just neat to my face. I actually blend it with a moisturiser, because if I just put it straight on my face it does cling to some of my dry patches, but when I mix it with a moisturiser, I'm going to take my glasses off because I'm reflecting again. When I mix it with a moisturiser, it just looks absolutely perfect on my skin. It doesn't crease, it doesn't crack, it doesn't go cakey, it doesn't do any of that stuff. So I picked myself up a proper full-sized bottle. I like these bottles because, as you can see at the bottom, there's like a pump that moves as you use it, so you know how much you have, which is very useful. And yeah, it's just a perfect foundation for me. It just works really well for me. If you have very oily skin, I would definitely recommend this because it is obviously a matte foundation. But if you're like me and you do prefer the matte finish of foundations, but you sort of get slightly dry patches, then mix it with a moisturizer, because it really does work so well. Okay, the next thing, I actually have two which are the same thing. One I have on at the moment, which is this colour, and this is the colour called Rose Libertine. It's a beautiful, beautiful pink. And the other nail polish, which is one of my favourites, they're both by Rimmel, and they're both by the 60 Second brand, which I obviously showed in my nail polish collection is one of my favourites, and I've also written a blog post about these. And this one is the shade Little Bo Peep, and it's a beautiful bluey kind of grey colour. It's just so lovely. They dry so quickly, they have a beautiful finish. They do chip if you don't put on a top coat, which I never do, hence why my nails are always chipped, which is just the biggest naughtiness in the world. But I absolutely love this colour. It's so beautiful, and again with the Rose Libertine, they're sort of like pastel-y shades, which are sort of perfect for this time of year, and I love wearing them at this time of year. Okay, so there's that. The next thing, which I completely forgot to bring down with me, and I only actually have a sample, so I didn't feel it was right to sort of show you that, is the Laura Mercier setting powder. It is a very expensive and very luxury item, so I don't want to get any hate for that. Like I said, I've only got a sample at the moment, but I am considering buying the full thing. I don't like to use it to set the rest of my face, because it is such a finely milled powder. It does cling to any hairs you have in your face, or, you know, any indentation that you might have. Like I have dimples and things like that, and it just sort of sits in any lines, it sits in any hairs. So I don't like to use it on the rest of my face, but I use it to set my concealer, and it is one of the best concealer setting powders I've ever used, ever. Obviously I only use a very small amount every time I do, because obviously I'm only setting this tiny bit under my eye. I'm not setting any other part of my face. So to me, I can justify spending that kind of money on such a luxury product, because it's going to last me for such a long time. But I thought I'd mention that, although I haven't got it with me, just as a thing. Okay, I have 3 more things in beauty, and then I will be moving on to other things that I've been loving. So another thing that I've been loving in the beauty sector is this, and it is the, I don't know how to pronounce this, I think it's Duce or Ducci, I'm not sure. The Ducci Punk Volumizer Mascara, and obviously you can see it's only in a small little bottle. But this is a really lovely mascara. I've been using this most days. I will say I do have to use a top coat, otherwise it does transfer. But it is such a lovely mascara that I actually don't mind that. It doesn't flake, it gives you a beautiful curl to your eyelashes, and it just works for me. I like more natural looking mascara. I don't like it when it's very thick and very cakey and very, you know what I mean, when it's kind of clumpy and your eyelashes are clumped together. I like my eyelashes to be defined, have a little bit of curl, and to just look better than their natural selves, like, if you know what I mean. But if you look at this brush is freaking huge. It's like the size of my eye. So I can just kind of go, boom, morning eyes, and I'm done. And it's just brilliant. I absolutely love it. Love it. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing, which again I haven't brought down with me, so I'm just going to mention that now, that I've also been loving, and that is the Bare Minerals 8 PM Kohl eyeliner. I've been using it in my tight line rather than like liquid. I have got liquid on today, but I've also tight lined with that, and it's just it's so good. It doesn't transfer, it doesn't do anything, it just stays where you put it. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't do anything, unless you obviously smudge it out, but it doesn't do, it just stays where you put it, and it's just amazing. It's one of the best kohl liners I've ever used, and it's one of the only ones I can use under my eye in my waterline, because I have very watery eyes and I blink a lot. Every time I've worn a kohl liner in my waterline, it just comes off and I end up looking like a panda, but this doesn't do that, so that's one to look out for. Okay, what I was waving at you when I was very excited about my kohl liner is another eyeliner, and it is an eyeliner pen, and it's the Stay Precise Felt Tip by No. 7. And this is actually a brown eyeliner pen. I have a few black ones. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills, I have Maybelline, I have Clinique, I have quite a lot of the black ones, but I don't have a brown eyeliner, and I think that sometimes a black eyeliner can be too harsh, and I think that it's important to have a choice between a black and a brown liner in case you want to do something a little bit softer or a bit more smoky. And yeah, I mean, I think this was like, I think I paid like £4 or £5 for this. I can't even remember, but it certainly wasn't expensive. Certainly wasn't expensive. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for something that's a little bit more subtle and a little bit less, boom, look at me, I'm wearing eyeliner, then this would definitely be for you. Okay, and the last thing in my beauty section is something very, very summery indeed. I am very, very fair, and I also don't particularly like fake tan, which leaves me in a predicament that because I don't tan naturally in the sun, I burn, and that is that. So for me, I'm in a bit of a predicament where it's like, well, I don't want to get a false tan, but I also don't want to be this pale all summer. So I found that gradual tanning is better for me, and I have been gradual tanning with moisturisers for a few years during the summer now. And I've always used the same product, and it was starting to not work for my skin, and it was starting to bring me out in little rashes, and it just wasn't working as well, and it was going streaky and patchy, etc, etc. So I thought I'd go out and I'd try something else, and I had a look online, and I'd seen some recommendations for the Dove Dermaspa. You can pick it up in all sorts of supermarkets and Boots and places like that. Anywhere that sells Dove products, you can kind of do that. So I went into my local Boots and I picked this up. I paid £7 for it, which is a little bit more than the last one I was using, but I thought, you know what, if it works, it works. And I got it on a deal, so I only paid like £3 for it. And it is the Dove Dermaspa Summer Revived body lotion with self tanners for a natural bronze glow. And the thing I liked about this is it came in 2 shades. So you have a fair to medium skin and medium to dark skin. And I really liked that because a lot of the time fake tanners are too dark for me. And the same with tanning lotions and things like that. They're always too dark. So I got this, and I've been using basically it's the same as any other moisturizer. You apply it to clean, dry skin, and this does actually have cell moisturizers, so it's a very heavy moisturizer as well. It is quite oily to touch, and it does take a little while to absorb, so if you don't like that sort of slightly sticky feeling, I don't particularly, but because it's a different sort of product than a moisturizer, I'm actually okay with it. But yeah, if you don't like things that absorb slowly, you aren't going to like this, but I would definitely recommend this. Although I will say, if you are more to the medium side of the fair to medium spectrum, if you're more sort of honey coloured, I would go for the darker one, because this has given my skin a honey type glow, and I'm basically translucent. It's giving me like a slightly honey coloured glow, but it doesn't look like I've been on holiday, it doesn't look like I tanned, it just looks like I have healthier looking skin, which is what I was going for. It basically has the same effect as a bronzer on the face, on the skin, and it's just amazing. I would definitely recommend that to anybody who's very pale and who wants a slightly healthier looking colour to their skin. So yeah, and the next few things that I want to talk to you about are not beauty related. The first thing I want to mention is actually food, and it is plain tortilla chips. And I know that sounds weird, but I've been loving them. I've been obsessed with them, and I don't know why. It's weird. So yeah, anyway, there's that. And not Doritos either. They have to be like the supermarket cheaper ones, and I don't know what, I don't know. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to show you are something which are just the cutest thing ever, and I'm so in love with them. And they're a little pair of earrings, and they're little bumblebees, and they're so adorable. I got 3 pairs on eBay, and I got these. I got some little dinosaurs, and I got some elephants. And if anybody's watched my previous videos, you know that elephants are my favourite animal ever. So I thought I'd try them out. I don't normally wear dangly earrings because I feel like they're really heavy. And I tried them all out, and unfortunately the elephant ones did feel too heavy, so I'm going to be giving somebody those as a Christmas present. But the bumblebee and the dinosaur ones are perfect. They were $1.99 a pair, so really not very much, but they're just freaking adorable. Love them. Okay, and the next thing that I want to show you is a candle, and I've shown you a candle from this range before, but a different scent, and it's the Boutique candle, and I think you can only get them in Morrison's. I don't know if you can get them anywhere else, but this is the scent Oceanic Breeze, and it says here, a clean, sparkling fragrance with a hint of coconut and sandalwood. Now, I don't normally like coconut scented candles. I find them too overpowering. I find them very strong, and I don't like the smell of them. But this one, it's literally like an undertone of coconut. It's not a coconut candle. It's just something to make you think of tropical beaches and palm trees and all of that sort of stuff. And to me, this is just perfect for this time of year. And I have been burning it. I haven't been burning it very much because I just haven't been burning candles very much. I think it's just because it's hot and I'm a bit like fire and I'm hot and just no, you know what I mean. But yeah, so I thought I'd show you guys that. And the last few things I have to show you, one is this notebook, because just look at it. I mean, anybody who knows me knows how much I love anything nautical, and also how much I love notebooks and lists. I can't cope without lists. I just can't. It's like an OCD thing. And I picked this up in ESK for about $1.99, I think, £1.50, something like that. And yeah, it's got little anchors all over it, and it's just so cute. Yeah, so I have 4 more things to show you, so I'm going to try and go through it as quickly as I can. And the next thing that I want to show you is this. I picked this up in a charity shop, and I think I paid £2 for it. It is incredibly heavy. I think it's made out of pewter, but I'm not really 100%. But it is very, very heavy, and as you can see, it's got like dragonfly motif made out of it, and it's actually a tea light holder with a little door. And I just thought it was so adorable that I had to get it, and it sits on my coffee table just behind me in my lounge, and just sort of, you know, in the evening when it starts to get a bit colder and a bit darker and it starts to get a bit chillier, I can sit there and light it, and it just makes me happy. So yeah. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is actually a book that I've really been enjoying. I started reading it a few days ago, and I'm already halfway through it. And it's a book called The Readers of Broken Wheel Recommend by Katerina Bivald. And this is just a really, really good, light-hearted, good summery read. I think it was on that Richard and Judy beach reading book thing. But yeah, it's a really good book. It's a really nice read, and I would definitely recommend it to a lot of people if you want to read it. I actually picked this up second-hand at my local hospital for 50p. But it says here it retails at $7.99. But yeah, definitely a good read. Give that a go. Okay, and the next thing I want to show you is another sort of reading material thing, and it is the Tesco magazine. And I picked this up because, I mean, I've been trying to stick to like an exercise routine, and I've been working out, and I've been trying to eat healthier, just for myself, just to make myself feel a bit better. I've been trying to just be a bit healthier in my lifestyle, and I picked this one up because it is the healthy issue. and it has loads of recipes in it for eating healthily. It's got like right in the front, it has like an A to Z of nutrition, so you can understand a little bit more about how your nutrition works. Foods that are now in season which are very good for you and things like that. And it's just, I've really enjoyed this. I always pick this magazine up almost every month whenever I go up to Tesco's, but for some reason this one I've really enjoyed just because it's far more informative, and I found it really useful with trying to eat better and trying to exercise and all of that sort of stuff. So it's just been great for me. Yeah, so definitely have it, and it's free. It's completely free. So if you go near a local Tesco's, pick this up. If you're trying to eat better, or I don't know, it was your New Year's resolution and you're starting to sort of run out of motivation, or you've run out of recipe ideas and you just want a bit of inspiration, definitely have a look at this. It's brilliant. Okay, and I have one final thing to show you, which I'm going to have to stand up for, but it is my spectacular trousers. Check these guys out. I got these from a charity shop again, which is where I normally get things like that from, and they're like harem trousers. They're very loose cotton, and they're sort of a mustardy, ochre-y orange, and then they have these cool like tribal print all over them, and they're so comfortable and they're so nice and cool. And I know I wear a lot of these sorts of trousers and I'm regularly told that they're hideous and that they're awful and that they look like pajamas. Well, I'm cool and not sweating my butt off, and you people are, so I think I'm winning. But they're just so comfortable and they're so practical, and yeah, I would definitely advise getting some harem pants. But anyway, I'm going to finish up now. Thank you so much for watching. You know how much it means to me when you guys watch my videos and when you like them and when you subscribe. So if you could do that, please do. Please hit that big red button and the big thumbs up. It would mean so much to me. I, of course, will leave all of my links down below to my Instagram, my Twitter, and my blog. Nearly forgot what I was going to say then. So yeah, thank you for watching very, very much, and I will speak to you soon. Love you all.